Welcome everyone to the first lesson on how to play the blues. Now this is just a standard 12-bar blues that we're going to learn today. Nothing too difficult, it's real easy to pick it up and just play along with me, pay attention. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below and I'll make sure to answer them. So we're going to learn a 12-bar blues in the key of G. I'll give you an example. So. So that's a 12-bar blues in G in its simplest form. So what we have here, we have 12 bars, and at the end of the 12th bar we start at the first one again, and it takes as long as we want it to take. We can play it for 5 minutes, we can play it one round. So it's as long as the song goes. So the simple thing about this is, and the reason why I think every musician should learn this, is because when you're at a jam session or you meet a blues band or you want to play along with someone and they say 12-bar blues in G, this is the simplest form. You can always play this and you can just play along. And it's real simple and it's real easy, but in my opinion it's how you play it and what you do with those 3 chords, how you play those 3 chords and how you solo over those 3 chords, how you put your soul and emotion into it, that makes it the blues, of course. And we start out by playing the G 4 times, so it's 4 bars of G. Now what you need to know about a bar is that 1 bar is 4 counts, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And every bar after that are those exact same counts, so timing wise. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. Now all those are going to be G chords. So those are the first 4 bars of a 12-bar blues. So let's play it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. 4, 2, 3, 4. Easy, right? Now we're going to go to the other chord, which is going to be a C chord. So now we are going to play that one for 2 bars long. So we just played 4 bars of G. Now we're at our 5th bar and our 6th bar are going to be the C chord. So 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4. After that we're going to go back to the G chord. And we're going to play it for 2 bars long. 7, 2, 3, 4, 8, 2, 3, 4. Now we've reached our 9 bar, which is going to be a D chord. So we're going to go 9, 2, 3, 4. And then the 10 bar is going to be the C chord. 10, 2, 3, 4. 11 bar is going to be a G again, and the 12 bar is going to be a G again. So 11, 2, 3, 4, 12, 2, 3, 4. So now that you played along with that, we've played a full 12-bar blues in its most basic way. So we're going to slow it down a little bit and we're just going to play along. Alright? I'm going to do the count. You can count along with me if you want. Just make sure that you switch at the right moment. And learn this by heart, because in my opinion, if you want to be a good rhythm guitarist, it's less about the rhythm you play, in the beginning, but more about you know exactly where to be at what time. So learn this by heart. So it's 4 bars of G, 2 bars of C, 2 bars of G, 1 bar of D, 1 bar of C, and 2 bars of G. Are you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. 4, 2, 3, 4. 5, 2, 3, 4. 6, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 8, 2, 3, 4. 9, 2, 3, 4. 10, 2, 3, 4. 11, 2, 3, 4. 12, 2, 3, 4. So now we played an entire 12-bar blues, and you might think, well, that's a bit boring. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna play the exact same thing, put some vocals on it, and you can hear that it already sounds like a blues, you know. And just to note that we're playing open chords, just to make it easier. If you were playing blues like most blues players would play it, the rhythm would be a bit different, the chords might be a bit different. It would still be a G, but there would be a 7 in there, maybe a bar chord to make it a bit more bluesy. And this is just the essentials. So here we go. What's a man supposed to do when the blues has got him down? What's a man supposed to do when the blues has got him down? He wake up early in the morning and he drink that bottle down. So that's an example of a standard 12. I think it's called Drink That Bottle Down by, I'm not sure, I think I heard it from the Stray Cats. I'm not sure if it's originally from the Stray Cats. But that's just a simple blues song. Please practice this until you got it all in your head. You don't even have to think anymore when the C comes or when the D comes. Now, if you know how to play a bar chord, you can also play it like this. What's a man supposed to do when that blues has got him down? What's a man supposed to do when that blues has got him down? He wake up early in the morning and he drink that bottle down. In my opinion, it's better to play it as a bar chord, just because you have more options and it sounds a bit better. Also, the muting is a bit easier. You can mute with your left hand instead of your right hand, which makes it a bit easier. If you don't know how to play the bar chords, I'm gonna show them to you. So it's quite simple. For the G, you place your index finger all over the 3rd fret. That's why it's called a bar chord, because you bar it over the 3rd fret. Now, you're gonna play your E major chord after that. So just pretend that this little knot right here, you just moved it up, like a capo or a capo. I'm not quite sure what the English name for it is. I'm pretty sure you know what I mean. So we're going to do a ring finger on the 5th fret of the A string, our pinky on the 5th fret of the D string, and our middle finger on the 4th fret of the G string, which gives us a G chord, G major chord. Now for the C, we're going to keep that index finger bar on the row of 3rd frets, but we're going to move it one down. You know, the top E string, we don't have to press it in, so we can just bar those 5 strings. And the way I do it, I use my ring finger to bar on the D string, G string and B string, the 5th fret. You can also do it with 3 fingers, just do middle, ring finger and pinky. You can do it like that as well. I just think it's easier to use that ring finger. And the downside about using that ring finger is that your low string might get muted along the way. For me, that's not really a problem. I don't mind that. If you do mind that it's muted, just use those 3 fingers, or learn to use that finger in a way that the high string still sounds. So that's our C chord. And then our D chord is that exact same shape, only moved up 2 frets. So your index finger is barring the 5th fret now, and your pinky or ring finger, whichever way you use it, is barring the 7th. So that's our D. So that's how to play it in bar chords. Now, if you already know the theory behind this, then the next part of this video is not that important for you. If you're curious about the theory behind this 12-bar blues, then stay tuned. It's not going to be difficult, it's just something you're going to get to know. You need to know, in my opinion. So, blues is also called a 1-4-5. Now the reason they call it that is because the 1 is your root. It's whatever you want it to be. We chose the chord C, or the root C, G, I'm sorry. We chose for the root to be a G. So our 1 is going to be all G's. Now our 4 is going to be the 4th chord that comes after the G. Now I'm pretty sure you heard about the major or minor scales. So in this account we're just going to use the major scale, because in the 1-4-5 it doesn't make a difference whether we use it. This is just my way of seeing what is my 4 and what is my 5. So from the G we go our major scale. So that's real easy, right? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is our 4. And then 5. And this is our 5. Now that's a real easy way of figuring out what is your 1, what is your 4, and what is your 5. As you play along in different keys, you'll know it by a second. Also a real easy way to figure this out, which I did in the beginning before I knew any major scales or anything like that. Just a real simple way is to know that your G is right here. The fret or the string below it, so on the 3rd fret, 1 string lower, is your 4, and 1 full note away from it is your 5. So 1, 4, 5. That's also a way of knowing it. So you can already tell, okay, I'm playing in G, so all my 1s are going to be Gs, all my 4s are going to be Cs, and all my 5s are going to be Ds. So now you know exactly how to fill in your 1-4-5 progression. Now the reason it's important to know this is because, let's say you now know that a 12-bar blues in G is G, C, and D. But what if we were to play a 12-bar blues in A? So we just move that G up to an A. And we just go 1, oh, below it is the 4, so that's a D. And 1 whole note away from the D is an E. So now we know that a 12-bar blues in A consists of A being the 1, D being the 4th, and E being the 5th. And you can do this in any key you want. Let's say we're going to do it in C. C is our 1, F is our 4th, and G is our 5th. So that's a real easy way to play any 12-bar blues, and using these barred chords makes it easy as well, because if you're at a jam session and somebody says, let's do a 12-bar blues in C, then you can just jam along, you know, okay, 4 bars on the C. So you can now play a 12-bar blues in C just as you did in G. You can play it in A, you can play it in B with just this simple theoretical knowledge. Now, when you're done watching this video, try to learn the 12-bar blues in G until you don't even have to think about it anymore. You just know it by heart. You know when the switch is going to be, you can sing along to it, you can play with other musicians, do whatever you need to do to learn this 12-bar blues. But don't just learn it in G. Learn it in A, learn it in C, learn it in B, learn it in F, learn it in whatever key you would like to play, until in some point your mind is going to go like, ah, I can play it everywhere. It doesn't matter where it is, I can play it everywhere. You can learn it in open chords, you can learn it in bar chords, you can learn it in any type of chord style you like. Just keep it simple. You can practice different kinds of rhythms, whatever you like, but just keep it simple and learn that simple 12-bar blues in G. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you learned something. Leave a comment in the description if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next video.